And away we go. Welcome back to the pickup meeting. Let's treat this meeting like a Band-Aid. One quick rip and it's over. How are you, Brody?
I'm good. I liked that one.
Listen, my goal here is to just make sure that you enjoy the show, right? Like, I'm not here for me. I'm not here for the audience. Screw those people. Don't care. I'm here for Brody Broshears as he towers over us today. Are you like standing? What is happening?
Yeah, I'm standing today. You know, like I've had this back issue that's not going away. And so I need to kind of move around from time to time. And today I'm standing. It's kind of fun.
It's something you're moving a lot. Like, I think for our audience that watches, and we hear a lot of you really enjoy watching the show. For our audience that watches it, they're going to say, Brody made me nauseous because you are everywhere as I move around the screen.
Yeah, I'll try to stay still, but I can't guarantee anything. That's for sure.
Listen,
I mean, Kevin, like people are watching us, and I know they're watching us because there was one episode where you were on the left side of the screen and I was on the right side of the screen. And apparently this is a thing. Like I'm always on the left side and you're always on the right side. And we've had people tell us, don't do that again. Yeah, Kevin, you got to be on the right side.
Shout out Kristen Carey for the you're on the wrong side messages, right? Like, can you fix this in the future?
Who knew?
I did not, but we have fixed it, and so now it's better for everyone. People are listening and people are watching. And I would say a trend that's really occurring at this moment is a lot of people are watching and maybe fewer people are listening. But we did cross in late April 5,000 views or downloads, which to me is mind blowing because I thought it might be 5 when we started this thing.
Yeah, like our families and our friends. That's it. But people are listening.
Yeah, I think the last I saw was like 45 countries, nearly 500 cities, and I think 46 of the 50 states, something like that. People are listening. I would call out the states, but I really don't remember them. But because we gained New Mexico in the last couple of weeks, which we had not had. So shout out New Mexico.
Isn't like it's like Idaho and Alaska and a couple of those western states maybe?
Yeah, and then randomly West Virginia.
What's
up, West Virginia?
Come on.
Gosh.
Get the program.
Let's go, Morgantown.
Let's
go.
One of my dear friends.
The other towns in West Virginia. So
yeah. You know, you were talking about left side, right side. Like I always sleep on the left side of the bed, so that's perfect. I feel vindicated in some way. Like I can't really sleep on a right side of a bed. Is that weird?
I think so. Because like I just was thinking about it, and I'm like, I sleep in a bed. I don't really care what side.
Fair. I'm not sleeping well at all.
Well, no, because you're not feeling well. So now you're standing up and towering over us in pickup meetings.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not that person. I'm standing because my back hurts, right? Like that's it.
Yeah. And we need you to get healthy, right? Like the pickup meeting cannot be the pickup meeting with Kevin.
No.
I think I'm a good time, but no one else really does. And doing this show by myself, not a good look. So like, let's go. It's got to be with Brody and Kevin.
Yes. I'm on a plan. There's a plan. So
get healthy for us.
Yeah. I'm working on it.
One of our future guests, and I don't remember, I think she's on in June or July with us this year, Beth Lesson, the VP for Student Affairs and Enrollment at CSU Long Beach. Calm down, folks. This is a Just Us meeting. And she posted something on LinkedIn recently that made me think of this, just talking about it a little bit, which is essentially when we all have phones, we walk around with phones, and the behavior that we do with phones is interesting, but your phone hits 20%. And a lot of us are panicked at that moment, and they're plugging that thing in. But when we hit 20%, we push through to another meeting, another email, another late night, another conversation that we don't necessarily always have the energy for. And so we've built cultures on endurance and administrators answering emails in weird times. But like depletion, as she says, isn't dedication. And I really thought about this topic, and I love it. I love the fact that like she's not wrong, right? Like
No.
we have a culture in our world that we deplete ourselves and don't take the time that we probably need to.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And the other thing that I'd say is don't have a life-changing physical event to change the way that we think about this. I've shared this before, but like when something really bad happens to you and you have to really question like, oh man, life's really way more important than work. That's a blessing, but it's not the kind of blessing I wish on folks. We just have to get better at kind of understanding the importance of rest and rejuvenation. You know, the older I've gotten as a runner, you know, sleep and recovery is just as important as the training session in so many ways. And I think we need to think about that from our work lives perspective too.
Yeah, I'm going to mention this later in our top 3, but one of the things that is a goal for my summer is to take some time away, to actually recharge a little bit and use summer for that. And that has not been my norm. I am one of these folks that say, listen, like summers are busy on a college campus, and I am going to make sure that I take some time off in the fall and be strategic in that. My right hand, Courtney Bryant, will typically say, you're never here in November. And that's true. I'm typically gone a lot in November. But I'm going to try to take some time away this summer and recharge and make sure that my battery is as close to 100% more frequently than realizing that it's often at 20 or 25%, and I'm having to just push my way through.
Yeah, I'm always very nervous here. The last month or so, I'm not sleeping very well because of my back, and I've been sick a couple times. Like I think because of the medicines I'm taking, it's just not been great. But like my Garmin keeps saying I'm basically dead, and I don't like that at all. I got to get recharged. But like my sleep score poor, and I'm like maybe I just need to take it off and throw it away. But it tracks my steps, Kevin Thomas. Come on.
I know, but you could take it off at night.
I could. It's true.
I don't know how I feel about the wearing things at night. I used to have a sleep number bed, and there are times I woke up and I thought, oh my gosh, I slept amazing. And then I would look at the sleep number score and it was like 55. And I'm like, oh, I slept terrible. Why did I sleep terrible? Like,
yes.
Why am I letting technology tell me that I did or didn't do something?
It's true.
Right? This happened with your Garmin. And now people are wearing the rings.
The rings.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that one either. I'm going to stay away. I'm going to determine how I'm doing. I don't need your technology.
Yes.
I don't know that that's true. I probably do.
How would you know how many steps you have?
I know I need it for the steps, but I don't wear it at night. I don't sleep in a watch. That feels like a lot.
I don't know why you think that's a lot. It's just on your wrist. I mean, I'm generally asleep. I don't even think about it.
When do you charge it?
Like yesterday when I was in my car, I charged it because I'm not moving. So I'll charge it in my car. If I here right now, the pickup meeting, if it was kind of low, I'd charge it during the pickup meeting because I'm not really walking now.
Interesting. All right. Hey, a couple weeks ago, we had a conversation about email. And it's probably been about a month ago. We had a conversation about email and the number of emails that you keep in your inbox versus the number that I keep in mine. Yes. The answer right now is 16, and it feels like a lot. But it brought some feedback in this conversation of annoying things that happen within emails or within your workstation itself. And I am at a point where there are certain things that are definitely triggers for me. And I think they're triggers for more than just me, which is things like messages that are simple and you hit reply all on to say, thank you.
Yes.
You might as well just punched me in the face with that. Like, come on. Like, we don't need a reply all that just validates that you're a nice human or that you got the email. Do not hit thank you on that. My favorite, right, is the as per my last email.
Yeah. That's aggressive.
You're being crappy. Don't be crappy.
Yeah.
Or, and this is my personal favorite because I think I've done this and I need to stop, right? I need to stop doing it. You know what? I don't like your tone of that email. So when I reply back, your boss is going on it.
Kevin Thomas.
I know.
That's so terrible.
I know. Yeah, those are the ones that stood out to me. It's like these things that we don't like always talk about, but came up from the email conversation. And the other one that got me on the work thing is how bougie I am now. And I will say that from a work environment, because if you say, hey, can you work at this area today? And I look at it and I'm like, no, there's one monitor. Like, I can't do it. Like, I need multiple monitors. And I have two 32-inch monitors that are in front of me all day long. And some of that's because I'm getting old and I can't see and I need to have the bigger screen.
Sure.
But some of that is just because I can no longer function with just one monitor.
Well, I am surprised to hear about that lack of grown-up behavior. I'm working on one monitor today.
Lack of grown-up behavior.
Yeah, that response, the CCing of the boss on the email reply. Wow.
Yeah, that happened.
It could, I guess. But I'm working on with one monitor today, and it's like the 15-inch monitor, right? And you're like, oh. So I have like our notes in one, and I can barely see your head, which may be a good thing. I don't know, but like I can barely see me in this whole thing, but I'm ready to talk about whatever we're going to talk about. So I guess it's okay.
All right. Well, listen, last time you said I was looking good. This time you can't even see me. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
I mean, the only thing with email that I have trouble with, it's pretty clear, are like all the pings and the notations. Like I usually have them silenced, and then just one day I'll plug my computer in and everything's making noise. And I'm like, what the heck? I didn't change any of these notifications.
Yeah. As much as we like to say technology is our friend, I don't know that it is.
I mean, the other thing too that I'm really good at is nothing on my phone related to work gets pushed. Like I have to go into Teams to see what's on Teams. I don't get any notifications sent to me. Same thing with email, right? So even if I have 2,500 emails, and even if there are 50 or so that are unread, like I got to go into my email to see that. And I think that's healthy.
Yeah, I think so too. I do that as well. All right. Well, listen, email, more fun on the pickup meeting.
Yeah.
Hey, we've been wanting to talk about this, and I think we've kind of hinted around the topic for quite a while. But a student doesn't wake up and think, today I will do academic planning, and tomorrow I will do career planning.
Yeah. They
just think, I want a life. So why do we keep these things in different buildings, different offices, different efforts? Like, what like academic and career advising are so critical, but are often so siloed.
Yes, it's not great. And the question becomes who's responsible. And I think higher ed institutions are responsible, right? I mean, the research time and time again shows us that students see this as one and the same, right? I mean, how many times when you were an academic advisor did you have a student go, man, I really love English, but I don't want to be an English teacher. What can I do? Or I'm taking this intro to American politics class and I love it, but I don't know what I can do with that, right? And as advisors, we have to have good responses to those questions. It can't be, well, I can tell you what classes you need to take, but I don't know anything about political science. I think we just lose some credibility there. And the other thing that I'd say is, right, so research tells us it's one thing. From an academic advising perspective, the other thing that I always like to let advisors know is that from day one, the earliest definitions of academic advising integrated those two pieces, right? They said that the selection of coursework is one component of advising, but that vocational and career choice is another component. Helping students maneuver and sort out life goals was a part of this work too. And I know sometimes we get hung up in, I don't have enough time to do that, but I think there are innovative ways to kind of get that sorted. And when we ask advisors, they generally want to talk about these things. So why aren't we doing it better, right? That becomes the question.
As we have this conversation, I can't help but reflect on our last Just Us episode in which we were talking about reading, and we were talking about purpose within reading.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a big part of the academic conversation, but I also think it's a big part of the career advising conversation where students, and I can remember this, right? Like I can remember sitting down to take classes or being in a class and thinking, why am I in this? Right. And that purpose of class matters. So like if you're in a career where calculus or physics or something is going to matter, like to be able to say, here's the career payoff by being in this class matters more than you've got to take this to get through gen ed, right? Or you've got to take this because then you can get to this class. The curricular purpose is not the same as a career purpose. Career purpose can be really motivating because I'm going to need this in these fields. And that's where I think we have to get from scheduling to purpose finding within the conversations we're having. And I think that the national and state conversation of career outcomes being a greater focus means that advising and career advising, like both in academic and career, have to really evolve into having those conversations, which means a greater depth and knowledge that has to be there too.
Yeah. And I think easy ways to integrate this into academic advising, right? We should be curious about our students' values, their interests, what they're good at, what, their personality. Like those are clues that can help us, I think, really assist students as they sort through these kinds of issues. What is it about political science that you really enjoy? Or what is it about this summer job that you really liked? We talk about career-related experience, and I never forget this, but I had a student one year in my first year experience course said, I don't do anything important. I'm just a lifeguard. And I'm like, hold the phone, like just 1 second here, right? Let's think about the title of your job. Can we just shift the two words? Like, you're guarding life. What could be more important than that? And what have you learned from that experience, right? Your eyes have to be on that pool all the time. You have to be trained to deal with any emergency that might arise. Like you're responsible for the well-being of however many people are at that pool in any given day. Like how might that be useful in a different career? Like let's start counting the ways. And so students, we have a responsibility from my perspective to help students kind of understand how all of their experiences can be valuable to them as they move through their college journey.
And I think no matter what role you sit in, I think that this topic comes down to partnership.
Yes.
And, we think about this, it's not just advisors on their own, whether that's academic or career in those offices, because most campuses are siloed in that way. But we're talking alumni, local employers, faculty, right? Like building those connections makes us better at being able to talk about the career outcomes and the career purpose that is attached to classes. And all of a sudden, if you're able to articulate that to a student that this is going to be the outcome, this is going to be the purpose, I think that's pretty powerful. The other thing I would add in this, and we've kind of touched on this conversation, but technology is pretty powerful here. I know we were talking about our frustrations with email, but technology and especially our partner in AI can be helpful in this as well. Like if you're about to meet with a student and they're saying they're interested in a career in English and you remember things from the last conversation, jot some of those into it and say, what are career factors I should be considering when I'm about to talk to this student?
Yes.
Like use those resources that are there so that you can have a more enhanced conversation than just putting it all in the students' arena to be able to answer everything. And you just are responding back to what they bring. Bring something to the table there.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we should be listening to students too. They're telling us, they're giving us good ideas. They want shadowing opportunities. They want more professionals in their area of interest coming to class. They want more help with internships and probably earlier. They want us to kind of teach them some life and power skills. And then I think what we've seen, I know that I've seen this in some of our career services areas, the last couple places I've worked. more niche or smaller career fairs that are really very targeted. And students are saying, yes, I want more personalized attention, more specific kinds of things when we think about career fair kinds of scenarios. And so we should be listening to students. And both the campuses where I've worked here recently, I think those partnerships with career services, with academic departments, helping academic departments develop career outcomes, getting them to think about return on investment, getting faculty more aware of potential career opportunities in say, for example, in liberal arts spaces has been really, really fruitful in the last couple places where I've worked. It's made a huge difference.
Yeah, and I think that for me, academic and career is a great conversation, a great look into things. But as universities, I think one of the things that this evolution that's coming, if it's not already starting in this way, is figuring out ways to build success ecosystems that don't rely on the student being a project manager or a campus navigator.
Yep.
To be successful in their own degree.
Yeah.
I think about this all the time when I look at NESI data and look at different surveys that are sent out, and students are responding and they say, well, my faculty member said this, or my advisor said that. Honest, I don't know that students always know the difference between the two. And so if they're not able to tell the difference, they're looking at that wraparound service and that wraparound support that can be there that is going to create a success plan for them, whatever that might look like.
Yes. Yes, I totally agree with that. And I think the other piece, look, the elephant in the room is this, and that is so many of our students are connected in ways that networking piece is really important in this discussion. And one of the things I think we're missing in colleges and universities is helping those that don't automatically have that network get connected. And so I think the other piece to this is creating opportunities that help build networks for those students that maybe haven't had the chance to be as connected, right? And so to me, that's another space where institutions can be more intentional about the way that we're serving students in the academic and career integration realm, right? Is giving students that aren't automatically connected those opportunities to develop good work experiences. I know that at the University of Southern Indiana with our Lilly grant, we got money from Lilly to be able to pay for students who were doing unpaid work, right? And that just was a huge game changer because so many of those students really loved that opportunity, but they can't do it without being able to get paid. And so I think finding dollars or finding ways in which you build those networks is so critical.
I don't disagree. I don't at all. Hey, good chat.
Good chat.
Yeah. Hey, it's late. It's late-ish May. And we know how this works. Just like the academic year, sometimes you blink and it's over. Sometimes you blink and summer's over. And so it'll be August before we know it. Don't throw things at us, audience. One, we're not in front of you. It damaged your computer.
Yes.
But, two, it does no good. You need to learn to deal with your rage, folks. You need to deal with it. But we wanted to talk about top 3 things you actually want to accomplish before the August rush hits. And they can have a little work on this, but probably a little personal on this list. Are there things that stand out to you as like things you want to accomplish?
Yeah, I have a couple that I got to get back physically to where I want to be. There's no question about that. I am really struggling. Like we talk about buckets, and my physical bucket is on the down low right now for sure. So I'm trying to be patient and give myself a little bit of grace, trying to walk. And that's really been the only thing I've been able to do. But I'm hopeful that I'm going to get that sorted this summer. I want to curate my record collection. I got to get rid of some records, Kevin. You and I know you poke fun at me all the time. I love my vinyl, but it got out of control there for a little while. And so it's time to thin the herd, so to speak. And then professionally, I've got a new boss coming in, and I'm really looking forward to kind of sharing the impact that University College has had at Illinois State University. And I'm excited about that opportunity. And, we did a great year in review for 24-25. We were a little bit late getting that out, but, we're going to spend the summer reviewing KPIs in each of our areas. I'm excited about that, kind of our internal assessment piece, and then getting that document set and ready to go so that it's out pretty early here in the fall of 26. All of those things are kind of on my list. What about you?
Listen, I have my list. In recent episodes, we've started to do a little bit more on sounders. I think we need a sounder for whenever you or I mention the place we work or places we used to work. And it's like you and I are both prepared to like ding each other on that one, right? Like it's like
yes.
USI ding, Illinois State ding, Murray State ding. I feel like we need to start to keep track of it, see who wins in this battle. I think it's you, but we could see who wins.
Oh, I hate you so much.
So I'm excited. My son and I are going to go to Kansas City this summer.
That's great.
And we're going to do several things. Like we like to go to thrift shops and memorabilia shops and things like that. But I think we're going to try to catch a Cardinals and Royals game this summer. So I'm excited about some time away to get up there. And I've never been to a Royals game in Kansas City. So
it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited about that because there's not many more seasons of that. They're going to have a new stadium here soon.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to accomplish, and I know this gets into the work, is building a good retreat for the division and or leadership within the division. You and I have talked about this. You're on my list for that because you do an excellent development with happiness, and I feel like with the temperature and tone that's coming to higher education in the next 3 to 5 years, I think some focus on those things are going to be important. Yeah. Talking about a collaborative effort with you and our good colleague, Ashley Thomas, who does a lot on discovering your why.
That's awesome.
Wanting to have you both come to campus this summer or early in the fall and getting that set up. And then I am not a big reader. I know in our early May episode, we talked about reading, and my goal is to get through a book this summer. And I think that's just a personal goal of finding some downtime and reading something of interest and just enjoying those abilities to read and just taking that in.
Yeah, I'll help you. I'll help you find a good sports book, something that kind of gets you going. That's really, like I just finished the Miles Davis book, and I'm going to find another music. I'm thinking about reading the Neil Young autobiography and maybe some other music books, but you need a good sports book. Like, come on.
I know. Those are the ones I typically read. What was it? 5 Nights in August, 3 Nights in August. Tony.
That's great.
Kurt Warner's book, I think I've read, and Seabiscuit. Like if it's anything sporty, I'll typically do okay. It's just I gotta get better at doing more of that and less of having a phone in my hand or watching something on TV all the time.
Well, Kevin, I know you've had to read some. You're a pretty smart guy.
Hey, thanks, man. I do read a little.
Thomas.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I do my best.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I still read.
I know, but you like to play one at home. No, I don't know.
I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. I mean, come on.
That's right. Well, we've gotten to the end here, and look, we made it through May and our Just Us episodes.
Yeah. So, gang, the future's coming, but for today, the sun's out. So go take a walk. We'll be here when you get back. And until next time, let's just do good and be nice. Let's go.